Bounty hunter King Shultz frees enslaved Django to help him track the deadly Brittle Brothers.
What's your name? Django. Then you're exactly the one I'm looking for.
So the two team up to capture the South's most wanted criminals.
I like the way you die, boy.
All the while, they hunt for Django's enslaved wife in Django Unchained.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
Salim.
I'm Aaron.
And we're here to talk about the new film from Quentin Tarantino, Django Unchained.
Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah.
We have all just seen it. Salim, start us off.
This is without a doubt my new favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. It's just wonderful writing, wonderful directing, acting. It's just every line of dialogue is perfect.
All of the characters are written extremely well. The dialogue, as you mentioned, is probably some of the best of Quentin's, especially because he can make it fit in the Old West.
I heard you've been telling everybody that Mandingos ain't no damn good. Ain't nothing nobody is selling is worth buying. I'm curious. What makes you such a Mandingo expert?
I'm curious what makes you so curious.
It has all those little flourishes, and yeah, it is like a 2-hour, 45-minute film, but there's a lot of plot momentum.
All the important characters are set up in the exact amount of time that they need to be set up in. There's not too much, there's not too little. I feel like I know all of the characters well enough, so...
It's a solid script.
Yeah,
the writing is probably one of his most solid and concrete scripts.
And thank God that he had good actors to fill all of these roles.
Yeah, let's start talking
Christoph
about that.
Waltz is Dr. King Shultz, running off of the success of Colonel Hans Landa of the SS from *Inglourious Basterds*, the role that gave him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He's killing it. I mean, I'm loving Christoph Waltz in Quentin movies. He's not as crazy, but he's certainly very complex. He's very articulate, and he kind of looks down on everybody, and for good reason, because he's very smart and conniving and funny.
Yeah, like for the first half of this movie is pretty much the Christoph Waltz show.
Yeah.
One of the main things that I didn't like about *Inglourious Basterds* was that 60% of it was not in English. And if I'm going to a Quentin Tarantino movie, I'm going for the dialogue. And Django did not disappoint in that respect.
Jamie Foxx killing it also as Django. So wonderful.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, who, like, watching the movie, I was almost underwhelmed by Jamie Foxx just because I wasn't quite sure.
I was too.
I feel like Christoph Waltz and Leonardo DiCaprio are such like big characters. You're like, well, this is called Django Unchained.
At least for the first 2 hours.
But then you get to where he goes. I mean, he's playing this character who's going from being a slave to being this, one of the best gunslingers in the West.
One of 10,000.
One of 10,000. So then Jamie Foxx becomes like the guy. He becomes unchained.
I recall the man who had me kill another man in front of his son, and he didn't bat an eye. You remember that?
Yeah, of course I remember.
Yeah, DiCaprio in this movie, he's having a lot of fun. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, who, he takes his share of serious roles. It's nice to see him having a lot of fun in a movie, and you see that in the way he's handling Tarantino's dialogue. He's playing this character, Monsieur Candy. He's this horrible person. He's a repugnant human being, but he's really charming to watch.
He is one for showmanship, as his character does say.
He's pretty much the slaveholder version of Hans Landa from *Inglourious Basterds*. And it's just great to see Leonardo DiCaprio bring the crazy, because boy did he bring it.
We have Samuel L. Jackson playing, I think, one of my favorite supporting roles in this film, Steve. Essentially Calvin J. Candy's #2 man, but he's his #2 black man on the plantation.
What Quentin Tarantino has is two iconic actors. He has Christoph Waltz and he has Samuel L. Jackson, and he brought them both, together in one film. So it's just great to see them playing off of each other.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz he's proven himself to know how to handle Quentin's dialogue, but Samuel L. Jackson's kind of the master of Quentin Tarantino dialogue, and he certainly does bring that element here, and he's hilarious, but also there's like a sinister side to him, so you see that he's chosen a side, and so it's interesting to watch that dynamic play out between how he interacts with DiCaprio's character versus the black characters in this film, like Django, of course, and Kerry Washington as his wife.
All of the supporting characters did. We had James Remar was in this in 2 roles.
2 roles, yeah.
Don Johnson. Quentin's favorite, Michael Parks shows up in here.
Even Jonah Hill's in it for a couple of
seconds.
Yes.
Walton Goggins shows up. I like Walton Goggins.
We can't forget about Franco Nero. Franco Nero had a very small cameo, and Franco Nero was the original Django in the film from the 60s.
Yeah.
And he has a great moment with Jamie Foxx where he asks him to spell his name, and he says, "Are you sure that's how you spell it?" So that was great. All the supporting cast was amazing.
Why is you lying to me? Then why is you crying?
You scared me.
Of course, we can't have this conversation without discussing the director, Quentin Tarantino, who is without a doubt at the top of his game.
And his cinematography work is great. He's got some really great exterior shots of the West.
Robert Richardson's work here, he has these great wide shots of the landscapes they're in, of these plantations they have to go to, of these open fields at night and during the day, and at sunset, like all things that you want in a Western. It's beautiful to watch, yeah. It should be noted that this is the first film not edited by Sally Menke, Quentin Tarantino's longtime collaborator, who unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. And so this time editing duties have been handed off to Fred Raskin, who's previously served as an assistant editor on Tarantino's past films. And I feel like it felt in step with his other films.
Simply wonderful. I think this is probably the most fun I've had at the theater all year, so I'm going to say, see it.
Django Unchained is very entertaining, very funny, very well scripted. It's the most fun you'll have this holiday season. I say see it.
Django Unchained, without a doubt, my new favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. Crisp dialogue, impeccable acting, and satisfying directing. Definite see it.
Cheers.
Cheers, mates. We all know what the D is.
Django.
Silent?
Indeed.
Django!